Hello Flickering Myth family and welcome to our channel. My name is EJ Marino and we have a TV review. I'm going to be jumping into the Netflix League of Legends collaboration called Arcane. Entering a world you're not too familiar with is always scary. I have just dealt with it with certain big sci-fi projects, with like little indie stuff. There's a lot of stuff where you walk into not knowing if you're gonna like the universe, if you're even equipped to watch this type of entertainment. You know, not everything is for everyone. So I was a bit nervous to get into Arcane. I am not too familiar with League of Legends. I know what it is, I've seen people play it, but it's not really my thing. Thankfully, Arcane is such a good series that you don't really need a big backlog of knowledge, though I will say I had the privilege of watching this with my stepbrother, who is a big League of Legends fan. I mean, years and years, and he was going crazy. Every time they would mention a world, a character, you would see his ears perk up. So that's what I really like about this. Off the jump, this is really welcoming for newcomers like me, but for die-hard, big League of Legends fan, there is a lot to offer here. There's a lot going on. There is so much jam-packed into the first 3 episodes. I've actually had the privilege of watching the first 4, and I will talk about the 4th one a bit at the end, give you guys a bit of a teaser there, but these first 3 episodes are filled with some of the most stunning animation, heavy, deep, good world building, and some amazing fleshed out characters. I haven't watched an animated sci-fi thing in quite some time, and I was really excited to get into this after my nerves of being like, oh my god, I'm not gonna know anything. Once I got in, once I saw that beautiful animation, once I started seeing these characters, I was just like, this is easy. This is so like enjoyable and so accessible. That's what makes this Arcane show one of Netflix's best animated adventures and one of my favorite TV series that they've started in a while. In the series Arcane, we have 2 very distinct worlds, the utopian area called Piltover and the more underground, the seedy area named Zaun. In both worlds, we're introduced to new characters, some very distinct, very memorable people. Like over in the Piltover area, we have people like Jayce and Viktor. These are 2 men that are working together to try to get Hex Tech. We will talk about Hex Tech in a little bit. I am obsessed. That is the coolest thing I've seen in like quite some while. Like, we have these 2 like kind of scientist men at least of science, trying to find a way to get this console to get Piltover into some Hex Tech. They're like, look, you guys may not love magic, but what if we mix magic with technology? We can really advance the society. We may see a bit of that advanced society later on, and I'm like, oh yeah, it worked, but you know, as things come up, things are gonna go down. So we have the area Zaun, which is the underworld, but this is filled with some of the best characters. Oh my goodness, we have people like Vi and Powder, and some characters that have some very interesting fates as well. Yeah, I really like these 2 worlds that we get. We start seeing very distinct, like how the haves and the have-nots are living. That's such an easy story. Then we also have someone like Silco, who's kind of this overlord, this evil man who's just watching over it. He has his fingers in the good and in the evil, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we're watching all these different dynamics. We have the story of the sisters Vi and Powder, who are young and just trying to find out, but you know, Powder's a bit rambunctious and maybe is a bit of a Jinx for some things. Maybe she'll end up being called Jinx. Then we have Vi, who is trying to find the leader. You know, she's trying to find her place. She has this father-like figure who is ready to fight and kill and die for her, but she also wants to be the one who fights and kills and dies. She's a bit headstrong, and you know, the team that she's working with. And then we have the people like Viktor, who is trying to say, like Jayce, hey, you are special, you are worthy. Could there be more intentions there? I don't know. I'm just trying to like figure out and watch as like I unfortunately have the League of Legends fan who is there to tell me everything, and I know a lot more than maybe I should. So I want to let you guys know, if you're a big League of Legends fan, try not to spoil things in the comments. Let people enjoy and watch this. I know you guys are going to come backed in with so much knowledge of these stories and knowledge of these characters and where they're going to end up, but like at least in this Act 1 of Arcane, it feels like a prequel, so definitely allow us all to enjoy the experience together. It's really good, and I loved getting the information that I have. Like, I know where some of these characters are going to end up, and it's going to be wackadoo crazy, but I think fans are going to go crazy, and I mean fans of new fans and old fans. I am so invested in these characters. When episode 3 ends and I see what's going to happen in the next act, I'm just like, oh my goodness, it is so fulfilling. These first 3 episodes are jam-packed with so much world building, all these characters working together, and then at the end of episode 3, all of our stuff mixes together and we end act 1 on a crazy good high note. I needed a break after that episode because it was so jam-packed, so fulfilling of an experience as a viewer. In 3 episodes, I was hooked, and I can say this is going to be really fun for a lot of people. I can spend hours talking about Hex Tech and why I'm obsessed with it, but that's just a bit of the hint at this world building. I love the technical side of this. I love the scripts that they're writing, the characters that they're building, the voice actors. People like Hailee Steinfeld just eat this up. I love the voice acting. I think it's really strong, and I will say the best thing. I love the scripts. I love the voice acting. I love the world building, but oh my goodness, the animation, the filmmaking. This is high quality. This is top tier stuff. There's breathtaking shot after breathtaking shot. The camera work feels cinematic. It feels like it's meant to be seen on the big screen. There's moments in this that I'm like, oh my goodness, how are y'all getting away with this in animation? It is just one of those shows that I am watching, and every shot seems like a photo, a art piece. It's wonderful to see. It is really cool. I am so excited for people to get into this art style. I would say it reminds me of Into the Spider-Verse at times, but it also reminds me of its own unique thing. It's weird. I've never really seen animation quite like this. The studio who is making this is kind of known for making some Gorillas video. They made some League of Legends videos in the past. I will say they're going to be very busy after this series because this is high quality work and it looks good. It paid off. It's backed off though, like I said, with some good writing, some good character stuff, some good overall essence to make the animation, everything come together for one of my favorite series in quite some time. This weekend, the first 3 episodes came out, but I've had the chance to see the 4th episode, and I'm going to give you some hints. It is a complete jump from where we just were in episode 3. It's pretty interesting. We see our characters in episode 3, and where they're left off with, they're in a different spot in episode 4. We see a bit of the ramifications of our actions, but it's not just the instant ramifications. There's long-term issues that they're dealing with, and we're seeing characters grow. We're seeing maybe the introduction of Jinx, which is pretty great. I'm not too familiar with the character, so seeing her here, yo, instant fan. This is a crazy character. We're also seeing a bit more of Vi, who I think is a great character who has grown. I swore that this was going to be one of those characters that everyone's going to label a Mary Sue, but she's badass and she works for it. And at the end of this 4th episode, we're going to be seeing Vi in a great spot. I overall loved everything. The evil man Silco, I loved where our characters like Viktor and Jayce were at. Episode 4 is great, and I think the 2nd act could be even better, but that's going to be hard because those first 3 episodes were jam-packed with so much goodness, so much amazing stuff. But I will say episode 4 is great. I cannot wait to get into 5 and 6 because there's going to be so much to enjoy. I will keep my little comments for this section kind of brief because I want you guys to experience it, but boy, if you like these first 3 episodes, 4 will not let you down. Alright everyone, that is it for my review of Arcane. Well, at least the first 3 episodes. I very much enjoyed this. I walked in not thinking I was going to enjoy it. I'm just so out of the loop of League of Legends stuff, but this is a good show. It doesn't take a years of playing a video game just to get it. Much like you don't need to read 18 books to be able to get one movie. I am just happy that this exists and this is on Netflix, and I hope you all find it and I hope you all enjoyed. If you're a big League of Legends fan, what did you think of these first 3 episodes? Was this a good setup for the world that you're used to? If you're new to this, what do you think of this kind of prequel jumping off point? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Subscribe to Flickering Myth because we make videos like this every single week, and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Alright everyone, let's talk about Arcane and League of Legends down below.